Thank you for joining me here this evening. The time is currently 8:59 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at a line of severe thunderstorms currently sweeping through central Oklahoma. This line of storms is going to be capable of producing large hail, potentially up to quarter size at times, and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. In addition to those threats, this line of storms is also producing flash flooding across portions of central Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City. We have a considerable flash flood warning. All right, life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing in this location right now, most likely. So if you're in Oklahoma City, make sure that you are staying alive and don't drive, okay? Very dangerous to be driving in flooded roadways at a time like this. Remember, this is not just a normal flash flood warning. This is a life-threatening situation here, okay? So turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. So, again, very dangerous line of storms that are currently sweeping through central Oklahoma. We also have a line of storms here sweeping through southeastern Kansas. This one's going to be also capable of producing some damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and maybe help to nickel size. We have a live look at that line there from Burlington, Kansas. We'll go ahead and throw that in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. As that little live cam there does get battered by this line of storms. Now, this line of storms did actually produce gusts up to 80 miles per hour potentially. We have tops of trees reported to have been snapped off, small hail below quarter size as well. That was closer to Ulp. And again, this line of storms could still be producing those levels of threats here across parts of southeast Kansas. Now, that's not all. All right, we have another little severe thunderstorm here. It's kind of isolated, but it's up here in parts of northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota, and it's about to travel into west central Wisconsin here near the La Crosse area. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for some 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds there. And then finally, we've got a little bit of a severe weather threat still for portions of the far western corner of the Florida Panhandle here, but most of these storms are moving out to sea. This was what was originally our Bow Echo line of storms that we had earlier today out here in parts of Louisiana and Mississippi, which, by the way, we have hundreds of thousands of customers without power right now across the United States because of this line of storms. We have 35,000 customers out of power in Mississippi, 30,000 in Louisiana, 2,000 in Arkansas, 57,000 in Texas. We've got about 4,000 in Kansas. We have got 3,000 in Iowa, 5,000 in Minnesota, and 750 there in Wisconsin. So we have had some pretty significant problems with our storms today, again, in terms of damaging winds, large hail, flooding. All the threats are in play for all the storms that we have out here for the rest of the night. Now, again, the one I'm mainly concerned about is our line of storms here near Oklahoma City. Now, we do have a new SPC outlook since the last stream, and they moved the enhanced risk towards parts of south central Oklahoma. All right, north central Texas. This is now in effect for you guys, all right? Just a little sliver there of north central Texas, but I counted it anyway, okay? Look at this, just this little itty-bitty sliver here. But anyway, more seriously, they moved the enhanced risk a little bit further out to the west. Originally, this was for parts of southeastern Oklahoma. Now we're thinking, okay, maybe this stays out a little bit further to the west, and it kind of takes a little bit of a southeast trajectory here, but it's mainly just going to be heading due south for the most part, okay? So instead of being really concerned about areas like McAllister, Wilburton, Stigler, now we're concerned about areas like Ardmore, Ada, all right, Lindsay, all right. Now, the thing about south central Oklahoma relative to southeastern Oklahoma is south central Oklahoma is a little bit more populated, all right. We have areas like Oklahoma City getting impacted by this line. We've got areas like Norman here. We've got areas along Interstate 35. We got quite a few cities on along this interstate, Pauls Valley, Whitebead, Paoli, Wayne, Purcell. All right, we got a lot of cities out here relative to southeastern Oklahoma, where some of the bigger ones are McAllister and Wilburton, and all these other ones you're seeing pop up on your screen are just itty-bitty villages out here that maybe contain 100 people. So that is a problem, all right? Currently, we do have a few million Americans included in an enhanced risk of severe weather, actually about 1.5 million, but that is enough for us to be concerned about this area here for the rest of the night. Again, we're going to be here covering this live with you guys. One thing to note about this area, the tornado threat did get downgraded. All right, it's from a 5% risk to a 2% risk across parts of south central Oklahoma and north central Texas. Areas like Oklahoma City, Norman, Wichita Falls, Gainesville, Ardmore. You guys are included in that 2% tornado risk. But the reason we have this enhanced risk here is because of our damaging wind threat. 30% hatched risk of damaging winds in place for areas like Lawton, Ada, Sulphur, Ardmore, Pauls Valley, Waurika. We got Duncan. All right, so that's the main concern for today. Some damaging wind gusts, potentially even reaching 85 miles per hour at times, being liberal with the numbers there. That's a real possibility, though. And then we also have a 15% hatch hail risk here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up stream chat. If anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below. I know we have some viewers out here in central Oklahoma right now, in the Anadarko area specifically, getting slammed by this storm here. So, again, we're going to be here live covering this for you guys over the next several hours here. So, here we go. Again, in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you have a live look at the line moving through Kansas from Burlington. So we can look at that line and this line at the same time. They used to have a cyclone port in Norman, Oklahoma, but I guess they got rid of it just recently. Also, the German Texas one disappeared again. It disappeared for like a couple months, then came back, and then it's disappeared after a couple of days. So that's neat, I guess. So anyway, how are you guys all doing? How's it going, everybody? I am doing great myself. Again, if anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below in chat, because we've got so many areas of severe storms across the country right now. Again, we got Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, Minnesota to watch out for. All these areas here we're concerned about for a potential, or not even a potential, but an active severe weather threat ongoing in these regions. The reason they got rid of the 5% tornado risk, in my opinion, was probably because, so last stream we were kind of talking about how we had a blip watch. Alright, the radar looks something like this. It was a little bit less intense, actually. We were talking about a blip watch, where if any cell were to become discrete enough, even if it was just a little blip on the radar, it would be able to potentially produce a tornado or two. None of those cells really intensified to that point. I believe we had, like, this one over here received a severe thunderstorm warning, but that was it. Alright, none of them really ever went tornadic. So, now that we have a linear threat, the tornado threat has dropped significantly. It's mainly a damaging wind threat at this point. An isolated QLCS tornado can't be ruled out, but the tornado threat was much higher whenever we had discrete cells out in this area. Now, I will say, we do still have a couple of those, but they're kind of racing towards this line of storms. This line of storms here is moving way slower than these, so these are probably just going to get sucked up by this line of storms. But you can see how fast these are intensifying here. They could maybe produce some sort of rotation here if they manage to stay discrete for long enough, but I don't think that's going to happen, considering we have this massive line of storms that they're racing towards at the moment. So, that's my opinion on the situation there. Again, if you're just not joining us, we are covering severe weather in central Oklahoma. We got areas like Oklahoma City included in a severe thunderstorm warning right now. This line of storms is going to be capable of producing quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So, if you're in this area, again, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. This is for areas like Grady, Cleveland, Canadian, McLean, Oklahoma, and Caddo counties, Oklahoma here. But yeah, I mean, we got storms kind of all across the country right now. I mean, we've got storms from, Tennessee back into Oklahoma, back into Minnesota. Everywhere across the Mississippi, Tennessee, and Ohio valleys tonight. Some of those, not everybody, I guess I shouldn't say that, but some of the areas are going to have some chances for some severe thunderstorms, potentially, that we'll have to look out for. But yeah, this was kind of the most intense point of the blip watch, right? It would have been around here, all right? We were getting some discrete cells out here in a favorable environment for tornadic production, where this situation we could have so easily had a tornado to touch down, but we didn't, because we had just enough of those blips to pop up where they kind of actually connected and turned into the line of storms that we have now. So, again, the tornado threat right now is very low for the rest of the night here. I wouldn't rule out an isolated tornado warning, but I think a tornado in general, not the best chance. But again, the damaging winds, they could get to, low-end tornado force winds if this line of storms plays out like we think it's going to. Now, this isn't going to be like a derecho or anything because it's not a very large area that it's going to be impacting. I know we've used the word derecho a lot over the past several streams. This is not going to be one of those, right? The enhanced risk only spans about 120 miles here. And after it gets past the enhanced risk, it could still produce some damaging winds. It's not like the storm knows exactly where the enhanced risk ends, but it's probably going to start to die out, and by the time it reaches DFW, it's definitely no longer going to be nearly as intense as it is. So even if it lasts all the way from Oklahoma City to DFW, that's not long enough to be considered a derecho. But we were talking about an isolated area of damaging winds, potentially up to 85 miles per hour at times, which again are low-end tornado force winds. So we'll watch it. Again, we've already seen some 80 mile per hour winds up in Kansas today, and we were not expecting that up there. But yeah, 85 mile per hour gusts are possible tonight, which is the highest you can get in EF0 tornado range. An 86 mile per hour gust would be considered an EF1 tornado. So again, we're talking EF0 to EF1 tornado force winds here over the next couple of hours, possibly across parts of southern Oklahoma here. Yeah, look at this. Where you're seeing like the bright green colors, those are your pockets of very high winds there. Again, potentially up to 60 miles per hour. So some of those blue circles that I've created here, so those are some of the more intense pockets of winds. But the entire line is going to have the potential, again, for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour here. So we'll watch it, obviously, over the next little while. We've got some sort of convection trying to happen here in between Bradley and Lindsay right now. And it's not even like a blip like we were doing earlier, or like we were watching earlier. It's actually a line. Look at this. These little blips tried to do something. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but hey, little cells, the blip watch is over. You're not going to survive with this line of storms approaching you. So again, at this point, we're mainly just talking about damaging winds and some large hail, but very destructive winds, I will say. So this line of storms is getting larger and larger and more intense as we speak. This big area here where it kind of like sticks out, now it's even more defined with that new radar scan. That's going to be some very intense wind potential there. It just ripped through Blanchard. Look, it's poking out with all of its fury here as it heads towards Cole, Middleburg, Dibble, Washington, Woody Chapel, and Kreiner. These are going to be some very strong winds, guys. Potentially, I would go as far to say up to 70 miles per hour at times, with that look to it on the reflectivity. Look at that, dude. Man. By the way, a new episode of Tropic Talks did just drop on the Davis Dose Weather channel, so after this live stream, I'd recommend checking that out if you are interested in what's going on in the tropics. Because, I don't want to spoil the episode, but it is ridiculous how early things are getting set up here for the Gulf of Mexico. I'll say that much. This is going to be such a crazy hurricane season. It's going to be historic. I'll go as far to say that. Which will make both the severe weather season and the hurricane season this year extremely above average. The 2024 tornado season is the most active season since 2011. And I also have a video coming out where I talk about that. That releases on Sunday, or Saturday. I don't know. I'm scheduled uploading a couple of videos because I'm gonna be out of town this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to record anything. Which also means I'm not gonna go live. So sorry about that, guys. But I'm not expecting too much severe weather this weekend anyway. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, just look at that, dude. Just is racing out there as it heads towards Lindsay. In areas along Interstate 35 here, like Purcell, Perkle, Slaughterville, and Noble. Just now ripping through Blanchard. Man, that's going to be intense. Jeez Louise, dude. Now it looks even crazier. We'll check up on some of our Kansas storms out here. This one near Eureka is still looking pretty intense. 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. And same thing for the one near Colony. We've got some 55-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail, which are, if either of those starts to get higher, that's a severe thunderstorm. Let's check up on our Minnesota line of storms here. Not super intense. The craziest thing we've seen out of Minnesota today would be that tornado warning in the northwest corner of the state. Wait, was that today or yesterday? I don't even remember. That was yesterday. The days just blend in whenever it's summer, guys. I'm sorry. Whoa. Awesome sunset there. Our severe warning in Minnesota did just get condensed, by the way. It actually got condensed further to the west, which is weird. Maybe they're I don't know. Unless I'm mistaken. I may be. But it looks like it got condensed further to the west. We're going to throw Brooklyn, Wisconsin up there. We got some storms out here in south central Wisconsin tonight. Areas like Janesville are getting some storms right now. Yeah, I mean, we got big-time storms all up and down the Mississippi Valley tonight. I mean, look at this. We got storms in Mississippi, Alabama, up through Tennessee, up through, actually Kentucky is kind of in the middle here where they're not getting anything, but Illinois, a couple of these in Illinois may actually get a special weather statement or something. Particularly this one near Bloomington looks pretty intense. But obviously I'm biased towards Illinois, but let's bring up a Tennessee cyclone port. Why not? We got some storms out here. Jackson, Tennessee. Holy crap. I'm glad we looked at it. Jeez Louise, dude. That is torrential. Oh my gosh. So the northwest of Neely there. Southwest of Jackson. Jeez. Holy crap. Dude. Yeah, I'm just watching some of these storms chug along central Illinois. Let's go back to our main event, though. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we are covering severe weather across parts of central Oklahoma. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings up and down the line, extending all the way from Anadarko back over to Newalla. This entire line is going to be capable of producing damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour and large hail up to quarter size. And then again, we got something out here trying to do something near Lindsay, but it's not going to be able to do anything because it's going to get swallowed by the line. Right now, it's just a little pre-sprinkle here for the Lindsay area before the main event catches up. We do have a new severe thunderstorm watch for portions of eastern Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, and southwestern Missouri here. This is for areas like Tulsa, McAllister, Ardmore, Joplin, across parts of Oklahoma, Missouri, and then again, just 3 counties here in southeast Kansas are included in that. And it looks like our watch out here in central Oklahoma is gone. Guess it got canceled? I don't know. That's weird. Is that a glitch? I'm not sure. But anyway, new watch out here. We just got some scattered severe storms. The tornado threat with this is low. The strong tornado threat with this is very low. The damaging wind threat with this is moderate. The destructive wind threat with this is low. The large hail threat with this is moderate. And the very large hail threat with this is moderate. Scattered damaging wind gusts of 70 miles per hour likely. Scattered large hail and isolated very large hail events to 2 inches in diameter possible. And frequent lightning possible. Hello, Lily. So again, that does include Tulsa. Tulsa's the biggest city included in that new watch there. And we've got an amazing wall of webcams, and I don't know if we've ever had one where all 3 of them are actually actively getting storms. The most intense one, though, has got to be Jackson, Tennessee. Look at that torrential rainfall. It was even crazier earlier. You can see the lightning off in the distance on the Burlington, Kansas one. It was more frequent earlier, though, whenever it was actually going over Burlington. In Brooklyn, Wisconsin is a little still, but it's sprinkling out there and stuff, so we have it up. Actually, it looks like that's just falling off of some sort of, what do you call that? Roof thing. There's the watch. I don't know why. It looked like it disappeared. I was like, why would they cancel that? We have a full-on line of storms coming through. All right, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This includes downtown Norman. This is for the threat of quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is for southwestern Lincoln County, southeastern Oklahoma County, Cleveland County, western Pottawatomie County, and McLean County in central Oklahoma. If you're included in this area, make sure that you are moving indoors immediately. So again, this line just keeps chugging along here. It's continuing to get more intense. Any high risks of tornadoes? No. We are at a 2% tornado risk for the rest of the night. I'd be very surprised if we saw any sort of tornado. And the chance of us getting a strong tornado is 0. I'm going to say that. I feel comfortable saying that. Confident. But a little itty-bitty baby QLCS tornado can't be ruled out. But again, even though we're not going to see tornadoes tonight, the damaging wind threat's going to be insane. All right, again, we are talking about damaging winds up to 85 miles per hour possibly across parts of southern Oklahoma over the next couple of hours here. Scattered severe thunderstorms are probable across central and southern Oklahoma this evening. Large to very large hail will be possible this evening before severe outflow winds of 60 to 85 miles per hour potentially accompany the more intense downdrafts this evening into tonight across southern Oklahoma and North Texas. That is official from the Storm Prediction Center. Yeah, they talked about, they had a mesoscale up of a 95% chance of a severe thunderstorm watch, and then 13 minutes later it got issued. It usually doesn't happen that fast. Apparently we did have a tornado today. Oh wait, no, I think what it's gonna show me is the water spout. Is it? No, we did have a tornado. A possible tornado. And yeah, it is confirmed. I actually mentioned this last stream. I talked about how we may have had a brief tornado go through, which town was it? It was like Saint something, or it was like something city. Let's see here. Oh, a Mite City. That's right. And apparently that was a tornado. That was before I went live. I was doing something, so I couldn't go live at that time. But I talked about it right after it happened on stream. Where? It was in eastern Louisiana. Near Amite City. 2 miles west of Amite City is where the report came from. Oh, wow. So, This is unfortunate to see. From Meeker County, Minnesota, we did have an injury today due to high winds. A shed was blown off. A shed with a roof blown off, and sides collapsed was reported out of Meeker County, Minnesota, and apparently there was an injury due to this event. I was not expecting to see that today. Again, I just keep looking back home here. That's the only reason I'm looking at Central Illinois. Just seeing what's going on in my neck of the woods. Got a big-time cluster of storms in the north-central portion of Illinois. And those may be producing some gusty winds and small hail, maybe some heavy rainfall. We got a flash flood warning in far eastern Iowa. We've had it for a little bit here, and it's actually still raining in that area, so that's just going to pile on even more. For areas like Andover, Bulgars Hollow, Clinton, being the big city in there, Sabula. And as of 29 minutes ago, we have a report from Valley Brook, Oklahoma. Street/road flooding, street/road closed, and vehicles were stranded. Crap. That's not good. Yeah, I mean, there is a serious flash flooding threat with these storms here. Why did it take me back to 10:59 a.m.? Look at this. It's very similar to the line of storms that we have now. We had a line of storms this morning that looked almost exactly the same as the one we have here. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's in a similar spot and it looks similar. It's too cold to get severe weather in Fort Wayne most of the time. I mean, during the summer, though, in the springtime, you get quite a few severe weather events. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, actually. No, I say words too fast sometimes. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Oklahoma, quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds for the Chickasha area. Chickasha, that's fun to say. Chickasha. I'm sorry. I'll stop. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we've been live for about half an hour now covering severe weather across parts of central Oklahoma. We've also got an isolated severe thunderstorm currently. Never mind, no we don't. All the other storms, the other severe storms are no longer severe. So literally the only severe line of storms we're watching is out here in central Oklahoma. But it's going to be intense, with damaging winds of 60 to 85 miles per hour as it travels south-southeast towards areas like Pauls Valley. I think Pauls Valley is going to get some very intense wind action in particular. Right in the middle of our enhanced risk, right in the middle of our severe watch, right in track of where this part of the line pokes out here, and we're going to have an elevated wind threat with it. Yikes. Not looking good for the Pauls Valley area. Jeez Louise, dude. Hopefully the radar doesn't get hit by a strong gust. I didn't even think about that. Uh-oh. Gosh, that's not good. We're losing some of our cams here. Jackson, Tennessee is going out. Reload it here. There we go. I was worried it was actually just knocked out. Well, the camera wasn't knocked out, but I was worried we lost connection to it because of the storm. Brooklyn, Wisconsin's dying out on us, too. That's just a glitch on Radar Omega's end, though, I think. Well, on my Radar Omega, at least. Or sometimes the cameras just need reloaded here. And that's what's happening in this instance. By the way, we talked about this earlier, but I don't think a lot of people that are here now were there then. By the way, by the way, uh, not good. Not good at all. That's all I've got to say about that. What are wind speeds? Right now, the top wind speeds with this line of storms here is going to be about 60 miles per hour. But later tonight, we're going to get up to like potentially 70, 75, maybe even 80, 85 miles per hour in isolated occurrences. 75% chance of rain tomorrow. Yeah, Fort Wayne I know has or I think you have the marginal risk for tomorrow. You have to go. You can't stay for long. That's all right. See ya. Yeah, Fort Wayne has the marginal risk tomorrow. Oh, gosh. You ever just feel like that? Rat. Is any of this going to make it to DeQuincy, Louisiana? Well, let's just go ahead and find out. DeQuincy. No, I think at the best you're going to see some showers and thunderstorms. The line of storms right now, I mean, we're not expecting it to make it too far south, really. I mean, maybe at best it keeps this kind of this level of intensity or greater to the DFW Metroplex, but after that, nah, I doubt it would be this intense anyway. Oh, wow, we're down to 2 severe thunderstorm warnings for the line here. In the entire country, we only have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, just checking up on some of these storms back home here. Just in case any of them try to do anything funky. Yep, flooded the other day, and they still got trees in people's houses over here. Yikes. That's rough. For sure. Alrighty-roo. Well, we haven't lost radar coverage yet here. Ooh. As soon as I say that, we've got this. No. I jinxed us. Uh-oh. It's heading eastward as well. Oh gosh, this is not going to be good. So some of these little pockets here are starting to intensify in terms of the winds. By the way, we do have a new flash flood warning for downtown Norman. So if anybody's in Norman, their emergency alert's going off on their phone or something. So committed. Very pleased you're so committed to informing the public of possible sudden weather changes. That's my job here. Hopefully it can be a real job one day. All these live streams are definitely going to help me to potentially get monetized one day and make some money off this. So that's great. I thank you all for making that possible. So again, line of storms moving through south central Oklahoma. If I haven't said it enough, 60 to 85 mile per hour damaging winds, just for anybody just not tuned in. Okay, we gotta hope we don't lose our radar sight here. I don't think we will. Usually it takes like 80, 90 mile per hour gusts to do so. To knock out a radar sight. But you never know. So we'll have to watch that pretty closely there, obviously. Obviously. It's going to be a real job if you stick with it, especially if you love it. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for, exactly. All right. Just randomly. That's it. Just all right. Let's play a fun game. Rain or not? Is this a developing rain shower, or is this just radar contamination? I think that's a rain shower. Let's see if we can find any other ones to do that with. I don't know, because it's going to be hard, because most of the ones that I see that catch my eye, I'm probably going to think, yeah, it's a rain shower. I don't know, I'm not seeing any that we could do that with. I look really young. How How old am I? You watched a video where I picked a date and looked up weather. I was shocked how young you looked. I'm 14. Yeah, a lot of people say that I look like I'm 12 or something, so I mean 12's not that far off from 14, but yeah, I'm 14. Like nobody believes me when I tell them that when they don't know me. It's kind of funny. Yep, started doing weather whenever I was 13. And now we're here. Just 1 year later, doing this daily, multiple times a day. The YouTube dream. I started YouTube whenever I was 11. No. Yes, 11. Yeah, I would have been 11. I couldn't remember if I started in 2021 or 2022. Can you tell how bored I am? No, I'm just kidding. I do think that we're getting off the stream here though, because I'm your daughter's age. I'm going places. I'm talented for my age. Thank you. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna end off this live stream here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Let's see. Let's make a cursed image here. Whoop. Look at that. Only 500 miles apart. That's magic. Anyway, seriously though, we're getting off the live stream here. Thank you all for tuning in. We may be back live again later tonight. Maybe. Honestly though, it's kind of looking like this line of storms is going to be a nothing burger. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not doing anything past 60-mile-per-hour winds yet, and it's not looking like it's going to for a while at least. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Peace.